vamos!
Smooth run on the boost.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Jeddah here in Saudi Arabia. Picture perfect scenes overlooking the Corniche here as we get ready for our first qualifying race of the new E1 World Championship presented by PAF, the first of the season. The boats are out there milling, ready to get going, and this is the course that they will be taking on over the next 6 laps. Our first racing action of the weekend, Shelley, and important to say, no long laps, no short laps in this. This is what we've got in front of us.
Yes, so overtaking is going to be crucial. Using the boost, taking the corners correctly, getting as much grip as you can.
It's a bit of an hourglass shape, isn't it, from what we've seen earlier. However much we look at it from this angle, we almost need to look at it from sea level because it's got a little bit choppy, a bit windier as the day has gone on, and from what we've just seen before, even a little bit worse now.
Yeah, the sea has got up to a 20 centimetre swell, which doesn't sound much. It may even be 30 centimetres by now, but it can actually make a hell of a difference when we're on foils balancing.
Yeah, we've got a 6-lap qualifying race. These were the results of the time trials. Team Alula topping the timesheets with their 2 pilots, Katie Munnings and Rusty Wyatt, making it through with the fastest combined times of all. The top 5 will be going out in this qualifying race. Team Rafa, Team Brady, Team Miami and Aoki Racing are the 5 teams, and it's important because these are the first points that will be handed out this weekend. 3 points for the winner, and starting in that inside lane, Team Alula will be Rusty Wyatt, will be in the cockpit for that one. Team Rafa will see Tom Schaap, 2 of the fastest pilots of the day. Interestingly, Team Brady and Team Miami, 3rd and 4th, are going with Emma Kimilainen and Anna Glennon, whereas Coleman and Stark were the quicker drivers. And then for Aoki Racing, Danny Kloss, who had the 2nd fastest rider of fastest time of the day, should I say, will start on the outside for Aoki Racing in 5th. Interesting, Shelley, the strategic choices that the teams have made.
The strategy has really come into play now. Like, as you said, Brady and Miami have not put their fastest pilots out there. Now, I think it's because they're saving them for the race-off. They're not at the top of their game today, and they're saving them.
Yeah, obviously, as the winner of the qualifying race would go straight through, or 1st and 2nd go straight through to separate parts of the group stages. I think their expectation is they'll have that extra race of the race-off. And because you have to alternate your pilots from now on, they're thinking ahead, and it could well be a good strategy. This is our new team, our new pilot as well, in Rusty Wyatt in Team Alula, championed by LeBron James, and it's been his first day inside that cockpit today. Katie Munnings nervously watching on from mission control, but you have to say, Rusty put in a stunning lap, but almost equally as good was Katie's performance early today. What a team effort it's been.
The new team on the block, an absolute, it was a perfect run this morning for them. Let's hope they can do it now.
They're all lining up, as you can see, in their lanes. There are just under 30 seconds to go. 18 is the countdown. They've got to stay in their lane until that first marker in the first corner already. You could see Emma Kimilainen for Team Brady. They want to cross where the checkered boy is. They want to cross that just as the clock ticks to 0. 1 and 0. We are go in this qualifying race. And look at the launch there from on the inside. Team Alula, Rusty White has a good drive. Team Rafa also with Tom Schaap, but on the outside in particular, Danny Kloss in the Aoki Racing boat. As we look across, what a start it's been. We're on board with Team Miami here, and Anna Glennon, who's also got away superbly on the inside. There is Tom Schaap with Team Rafa, and Team Rafa have taken over. He's got the run all the way down to that first corner. Rafa in the lead. Can Rusty Wyatt bring it back? No, he can't, and Rafa has taken charge here with Tom Schaap. A brilliant, perfect start to the race for the Frenchman and Rafa Nadal's team.
Absolutely exciting, but look how close the boats are. This is such close racing.
Oh, you look at them almost foil by foil as they come through onto the next mark. He's going to have to give way here. That was Emma Kymäläinen, in fact, just on the outside, had to give a little bit of room on the inside to Team Miami and Anna Glennon. Well, they've got history, these two, and already they are trading blows in the early stages of this race. There are no long laps, no short laps in this one, but it's Team Rafa and Tom Schaap who set the fastest lap of the day, who's going to lead them across the line. He's boosting his way across the line too at the end of that first lap. Emma Kymäläinen for Team Brady is second, the reigning champs, the new team, Team Alula. Oh, and you just see that's Rusty Wyatt's got through on Anna Glennon for third. Anna Glennon there is fourth for Team Miami, and then in fifth place at the back is Danny Kloss. But a little roll-off there for Anna Glennon in the Team Miami boat.
Yeah, great battle there between Team Alula and Team Miami. They were like fighting. Look how close they are to each other. And don't forget, we've got the foil on the outside as well.
We've also got eliminations to come up in this race, a 6-lap race. We will cross the line with only 3 boats, but on lap 4 we'll lose a boat, on lap 5 we'll lose the last boat, and as it stands, that's Aoki Racing and Danny Kloss, who was one of the fastest pilots of the day. But it's very tight between those three, isn't it? Alula, Miami and Aoki. There you can just see the Team Alula boat with that green and gold. They are battling for third place, just in front of Anna Glennon and Team Miami. It's Rusty Wyatt inside that Team Alula boat. All of them on the boost, that trio, because they're just trying to grab an edge, aren't they? And it's pulling out of every corner. They go for the boost, and if they have a second boost, they've got to wait for another couple of seconds till it comes back.
Yeah, they can keep boosting up to 20 seconds, but if they get to their 20 seconds, then they've actually got to stop and recharge a bit. So it's all to play for. Their mission control people will be talking in their ears. There's so much going on in the boat for them. Yeah,
it's hard to keep across, isn't it? But this is what we can tell you at the end of the second lap here. Team Rafa and Tom Schaap are leading, and he's boosting it up to that smart mark as they turn left. Then in second place, Team Brady, Emma Kymäläinen, putting in a superb performance here ahead of Team Alula. Team Rafa, we are being told that Team Rafa have got the red flag. I don't believe it. They were leading this one. What drama we've got. Day one here, and he's missed the smart mark.
He's actually done the short lap, I think, Dad. I think he took the wrong mark, which is just disaster.
It just shows how little visibility there must be. The fastest boat of the day, and yet they have got a red flag. I'm sure there'll be protests going on from everyone there at Team Rafa, but this is unbelievable scenes, because all of a sudden now Team Brady and Emma Kymäläinen are leading this race effectively. Team Rafa might be out on the water, but it's Team Brady and Emma Kymäläinen, and bear in mind that, you know, they have switched here. Sam Coleman was the fastest pilot of the day. However, they've gone with Kymäläinen, thinking, you know, of how things might shape out for the rest of the weekend in terms of strategy. Well, it might have come back to bite them in the future.
Well, we said earlier about the strategy where the pilots alternate. That has ruined Team Rafa's strategy completely.
And maybe some of the others too. So, Team Rafa's boat is still out on the course, but we are being given the information. There has been a long lap penalty is what he's being given now. So we've given the information of a red flag before. Race control have clarified it's actually going to be a long lap loop that Tom Schaap is going to take. Now, strategy comes into this one, doesn't it, as well? The Team Rafa is not on the screen at the moment, but my prediction would be, yes, it's because he's going around the long lap loop, which isn't part of the course in this qualifying race.
This is confusing, Gav. It's not part of the course, but it is a penalty lap. So I think maybe we should be showing the long lap in the graphics, because then we would see them, but we didn't know that.
Well, we've just been told again it's changed again, so we've got a DQ now for Team Rafa. This would have been the elimination lap as well, but Team Rafa are out of it effectively. That's what's happened. So they've dropped to 5th, they're done. An elimination, they'll have been eliminated anyway at the end of this lap, so that's them gone. At the end of lap 5 here, the 4th place team will also be eliminated. So as things stand, that would be Team Miami. Danny Kloss and Aoki Racing have got through. So as it stands, Anna Glennon and Team Miami, that's Mark Anthony's Florida-based squad, are currently in that 4th spot. All of them off the boost at the moment as we head towards that smart mark at turn 3, the little left-hander.
Wow, what a shock for Team Rafa. On board with Team Miami here. You can see, look at the dirty water she's in. This is what that makes so difficult. Look.
She has now been eliminated, I've been told, just because she was the last boat across the line at the end of that one. So she's been eliminated as well. So we have just effectively got 3 boats left in this race now. Team Brady, and we've got Team Alula and Aoki Racing. And Emma Kymäläinen could be, as the champions, about to pick up the first 3 points of the year. By winning this, they become the first seeds. They'll have the inside line in the first of the group stage races on Saturday morning. But it's Brady from Alula, from Aoki Racing. I'll remind you, Alula, the team have only got together for the first time 4 days ago. LeBron James is on board with it. It's got a champion's mentality, but they've made a real impact on their arrival into the E1 World Championship here. We're on board now with Rusty Wyatt and Team Alula. And yeah, if you're struggling to see with the low sun and the spray, imagine what it's like from inside the cockpit. There we have it, Shelley.
Yeah, on board here with Team Alula. They're doing a massive job. They're in the slightly dirty water here, but it's not right up the backside of that one, so that's really good positioning for her. Yeah, brilliant for
Aoki was catching there. They're on the boost now. Are they going to be able to get through? This is the final lap of this qualifying race. Team Brady have gone. Emma Kymäläinen doing a brilliant job out front as Aoki Racing piling the pressure on Rusty Wyatt, but the Team Alula boat is holding firm at the moment. There's a boost to come for Aoki Racing. Is it enough to get to that smart mark first? Not to be. Meanwhile, around the far side of the circuit, Team Brady about to cross the line, and Emma Kymäläinen, the champions, take the first points of the year. 3 points go to Team Brady. The brand new team, LeBron James's Team Alula, takes second and 2 points to their championship account, and third to Aoki Racing, who had a tough year last year, but have bounced back superbly with Danny Kloss, their new arrival. He takes third across the line. Well, we're going to have to take a bit of time to catch our breath after that one. Team Rafa eliminated by DQ. Team Miami were at the back with Anna Glennon. But the biggest drama of that, I think, was Team Rafa being DQ'd. I mean, the fastest pilot of the day, and they finish Group 1 in dead last. It just goes to show that you can be the fastest, but if you don't get the right course, it's all over. Sam Coleman looking very pleased with his team there. I think we need to explain, Gavin, how that elimination worked. You had 6 laps with 5 boats. The first 3 laps, everyone raced as normal. Lap 4, we eliminated 1 boat. Lap 5, we eliminated another boat. Lap 6, we eliminated... Lap 6 was the last 3 boats, but of course Team Rafa eliminated that was
themselves.
where the confusion came in, yeah, with the DQ. I'm so intrigued to hear what Tom Schaap has to say after that one, but we're not going to switch to him at all. We've got to think about going down there and having a word with Emma Kymäläinen, because she has just pulled it out of the hat today. Let's see if we can get on board with that gold boat. Emma, well, a win in the qualifying race there. What a performance that one is. And the champions doing the champion stuff.
Thanks, yeah, that was super stressful. But yeah, we managed to do a good race. I got like great info from the team all the time throughout the race. So yeah, we just definitely maximized that. Awesome job from the team.
Congratulations, Emma, to you and the whole of Team Brady. Well done. Well, what a performance from Emma Kymäläinen. Do you know, so much of that was down to the start as well. We talk about how important starts are in the E1 World Championship, but she nailed it off there, got herself stuck in, and eventually that paid off with Team Rafa's disqualification.
Yeah, I was interested to see, and I forgot to look, is how many of them were using the boost over the start. Were they all using the boost? Did you see that?
I mean, there's about 5 boats out there, so much water and so many other things going on that didn't quite have it clear on that one. But the start was really interesting, wasn't it? Rusty Wyatt didn't quite get it right, but it's new, this sort of format to him. Right, I think we might be able to hear from Tom Schaap down there in the launch zone with Alex.
Tom, after such a great start to the afternoon, just how gutting is that?
Yeah, of course, it's like a bit frustrating. I'm really like sad because like I make the job today, the fastest lap in quali. I'm like starting make a good start, like coming first after the start. So yeah, but I think with the new format and this new like configuration, like I received like a wrong information of the communication, so they put me on the short lap. But anyway, this is only the race of qualification. Tomorrow it will be like the final, and my team make an incredible job, and I will not complain about that because they are the best team for so far. So I'm really happy, and we will work harder in the same one.
So just to clarify, you thought you were doing the right thing. You were following an instruction by doing the short lap.
Yeah, of course. Like I follow every time the instruction of my team, like my engineer and my regiment. And today, like this is like a bit wrong about the information, but it's okay. Like I make a mistake sometime with the boost, so it's a team job. So we will don't complain about that, and we will work so hard to come back and win the race tomorrow. So I'm okay.
Time to pick yourself up, Tom. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
First of all, good of Tom and Team Rafa to talk to us there. Miscommunication, it sounds like, whether that's with the info that was given him or whether it's with the information that he's understood out of that. They're watching the virtual map here, a replay of it. You can see this is what's on the dashboard. Just have a look there. So C are the boys, the smart marks that he should be hitting. But watch here, he will not hit that inside smart mark at C. He goes through S1 and S2. That's the short lap that we'll be using on race day. Everyone else suddenly rubbing their hands at that because they hit the smart mark C, and suddenly Team Rafa's race is over.
I can tell you one thing, Gavin, that there would have been a lot of communication when Rafa did that smart mark. All those other teams would be onto their team going, are we supposed to be doing smart marks? Are we supposed to be doing a short lap? And you can imagine the communication. No, don't follow him. Don't follow him.
Yeah, so real frustration for Tom Schaap and Team Rafa. Well, we've had enough drama, haven't we, for day one here already, but we are not done yet. We still have another qualifying race to come. Here are the times from that. Team Rafa, of course, eliminated early on with the DQ. Then Team Miami and Anna Glennon in fourth, but I suppose that's their schedule. That's what they were expecting, perhaps. Eric Stark, they will hope, will be able to race for them in the race-off later on. And Aoki Racing was third. Team Alula was second. And the winners of qualifying race run and top seeds were Team Brady, and Alex is down there with the team.
Yeah, Team Brady are back. Congratulations to both of you. Emma, what a race. And I believe you're not having the easiest time out there either.
No, definitely not. Obviously, it was a lot choppier now than the other testers we've had, but then also we've struggled the whole weekend with the foil failure. Basically, the balance of the boat is really tough. So yeah, it definitely requires a lot more job behind the wheel to drive around the problem, and it made it super stressful. But I'm super happy about the result.
So I'm hopeful that you can get that fixed.
Oh yeah, we'll keep working on it, and we're learning every time the boat's on the water. Like Emma said, we're having to do a bit of compromising, but the team are doing a great job with the strategy and everything, and we just have to race clean and just try and bring it to the end and see what happens.
Your first points this season, you picked up where you left off. How proud are you of Emma?
Proud of Emma and the whole team. I mean, we had a tough start, so already getting some points on the board is a great start, but we got to just keep working and try and get to that final and see where we go from there.
Is it going to be Team Brady's season once again?
Well, let's keep our heads cool and yeah, race after race, we'll just have to deliver, and then we'll see what the end result is.
Congratulations to Team Brady. Well done, guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
thank you.
Yeah, the first 3 points of the season for the reigning champions, doing champion things as they win the qualifying race with Emma Kymäläinen in the cockpit. Tom Brady will be cock-a-hoop at that one. Right, we'll take a little breather now, but when we come back, we'll have our second qualifying race of the afternoon. Welcome back to Jeddah, just an hour away from the sun going down here, so some late afternoon sunshine as we get ready for our final racing action of the day, and it's the Group 2 qualifying race. So these are the teams seeded at 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th after the time trials earlier today, but important places in the group stages up for grabs for them. We have got Team Drogba, Team Brazil, Westbrook Racing and Team Blue Rising will be heading out in this session. There is Team Brazil, who have decided on their rookie pilot for this one, Shelley. Marit Strumoy in the hot seat.
Well, they've obviously got a strategy going that they want their pilots to alternate so that they've got their top pilot when it counts.
Absolutely, yeah. The Norwegian absolute legend of powerboat racing, just having a little look around, getting a feel for it. A learning process. She missed a day of testing, but she really has, I'd like to say hit the ground running. Can you say hit the water running? I don't know how you would describe it, Shelley, but she hasn't. She's taken to it perfectly.
Hit water driving at speed.
They're all milling around at the start of this second qualifying race. There's the grid, that's what we're going to see. So, Team Drogba, Yusuf Al Abdul Razak will have the inside run down towards the first corner. It's Marit Strumoy for Team Brazil in second place. Sarah Price is in the cockpit for Westbrook Racing from Will Smith. And Virat Kohli's Team Blue Rising have put their team principal and their male driver, John Peters, inside the boat for this race. So there are little bits of strategy here and there, and as we just get ready to go, there's Yusuf Al Abdul Razak, who put in a good lap, actually salvaged something after Oban Duncan. They had a problem with their engine earlier on.
Yeah, actually something snapped on the boat and put Oban dead in the water, which was just awful for her. But the team were on it, and I think it was mended within 15 minutes.
That's a top effort, isn't it? It is such a team game. Both pilots counting throughout the day. Both pilots going to count over the racing that we've got here, and then tomorrow with the group stages, and then on into the race finals. We are just over 30 seconds. They're just starting to line themselves up in their positions on the grid.
This is so important, this start run. They cannot cross that start line until the clock goes to 0.
Yep, we're counting down from 25 now. They're all starting to line up in their position. So the outside two boats have to go to the right of this white smart mark. The other two have to have the smart mark on their right, and they start to get on the throttle now. We are ready to go. The countdown from 10. You can see bottom left of your screens. You want to cross that checker just by the time that it goes to 0, and here we go then. We are racing. It was a good start though from Sarah Price in the Westbrook Racing, but also from John Peters. What's happened to the Drogba boat though? I can't see the Drogba boat going. It's lost power again. Don't tell me it's the same as before. So poor Yusuf Al Abdul Razak. It happened for Obendunker earlier, and it's happened now for the Kuwaiti. That is devastating luck for them twice in one day. Their boat has just been sat in the water, and it's now Sarah Price who takes the lead for Westbrook Racing. We're on board here with Marit Stromoy in Team Brazil.
I feel so sorry for Yusuf. That is a terrible situation to be. He's got to go through a whole procedure of buttons now to start the boat, if he can.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll put a yellow flag out because he is right in the final corners as well. So that may well come out in a moment. Meanwhile, for Westbrook Racing, we have got Sarah Price out in the lead, but John Peters is looming large behind her. I would say rear view mirror, but it's cameras that they have from the sides of the boat looking back, and visibility isn't the best when you're looking back on those boats. But look how close now, and John Peters straight away trying to get up on the foils out of the corner.
We do have a yellow flag up because Drogba is in that bottom corner, so they're going to have to just be aware of that. They can keep the speed up, but they've got to be aware of it and no overtaking.
I think it must just be in that final zone there, because our green flag has now come up on our timing screen. So we right on board there. Still Sarah Price keeping her nose in front on Will Smith's Westbrook Racing boat, and this is an excellent performance from the multi-motocross world champion stunt racer in her own right. Won a stage of the Dakar earlier, just a couple of weeks ago here in Saudi Arabia. So I'll tell you what, this is someone with a huge racing pedigree. Outside line there from John Peters now.
But you look, Team Blue Rising are in the clean water, just off the edge. She's trying to stay out of the dirty water from Westbrook Racing. She's going to have to cross now because the mark is on the other side.
Yeah, it's John Peters chasing Sarah Price here. So John Peters in the Team Blue Rising boat, the second boat on your screen. The leader is the red of Westbrook Racing, Will Smith's team. And she is in pursuit of happiness here, isn't she? But she's just sat down in the corner there. Is there a problem, or was it just she just caught a little bit of water? We haven't got the boost button on board to know what she was using there. But John Peters now are right up the stern of her boat.
I think there was a problem there. It was like the engine just slowed on her, because she really did slow dead in the water. But now she's pulled away. Look, she's got a great lead again.
It must have been the use of the boost button, mustn't it? Yep, she's on the boost as things stand. So Sarah Price able to pull back away from John Peters. Meanwhile, Marit Stromoy is not too far behind. And finally, Yusuf Al Abdul Razak has got going. He is halfway round the course, but he's a long way back, and he will be eliminated on the penultimate lap.
Now his wash is going to affect Westbrook Racing. She thinks she's in clean water. She won't be in a minute.
So that is Sarah Price leading this race, but as you say, with Team Drogba ahead and Yusuf Al Abdul Razak after that problem at the start, she may well get a little bit of dirty water in front of her, all messed up. You can see it all chopped. Drogba are no longer in the race, we're being told from race direction. Well, we could have almost told you that much anyway. They're a long way behind, so they've almost been eliminated, self-eliminated in this situation.
I know, but I thought as he had no outside assistance, he could have got going and at least tried to get some points. Well, they wouldn't, because he would have been eliminated, wouldn't he? Yes.
Oh well, it's just the way of racing, isn't it? Times things don't go for you. Now a different tactic. It looks like John Peters this time is using his boost coming out of that final corner and closing here on Sarah Price.
Yes, and I thought he was going to go on the inside there and keep in the cleaner water, but now he's moved to the outside of the outer water. He's not. Yes, Team Brazil is using boost. Team Blue Rising not using boost. Neither of them are using the boost at the moment.
On recovery, aren't they? And now Blue Rising using it just a little bit to help him pull it through the corner, John Peters. But this is Sarah Price who is leading the way. Male and female pilots both do the business in E1, and it was a female winner of the previous qualifying race, and we've got a female in charge here, and a lovely little turn through 5 there from Sarah Price in that Westbrook Racing boat. Still Blue Rising keeping close tabs with John Peters, and Team Brazil and Marit Stromoy right in the boost actually all the way down that back straight, trying to make in roads into John Peters and Blue Rising in front. But I have to say here, despite using the boost, out of the final corner, Sarah Price gets straight on that boost button.
She does, and then she lifts it straight back up onto the foils, and she's flying that lovely. It's at this point now, like Team Blue Rising are waiting for Westbrook to make a mistake and then just take her.
But she's not making one at the moment, and Sarah Price is putting in a sterling performance. It's all calm, isn't it? We talk about ducks and swans and going wild under the water, look serene on top. That is Sarah Price right there, isn't it? But there is so much going on inside that cockpit.
And her brain will not be calm. It will be working 10 to the dozen.
No eliminations, of course. Team Drogba already out of this race. So we're going to have 3 boats across the line. We've still got a lap and a half to go in this race, but still Will Smith's Westbrook Racing are leading. Sarah Price has piloted an absolutely superb race so far, and this will put them right back in the mix of this. They'll they'll get 3rd place on the grid in the 2nd of the group races tomorrow, so that just moves them up a little bit closer to their possibilities of getting through to the final. Remember, they were the runners-up in the inaugural season of E1 last season. Same pilots this year, and this is why they kept faith with their 2 pilots.
Well, they nearly took it last year. One more race and they would have had it. I think it's going to be one cracking race tomorrow with Brady, Alula and Westbrook up there if she can keep this up.
So let's go back on board. I think it's with John Peters, because you can see the Westbrook boat in front. We're on the last lap of this 2nd qualifying race here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. What a day we've been treated to. So much drama, so much for us to get our teeth into overnight as we get ready for race day on Saturday here in Saudi Arabia. Lovely little corner from Westbrook Racing, and there are different tactics on the boost, Shelley. I just noticed how really Sarah seems to be working on the exits from corners, whereas John Peters in the Blue Rising boats just giving it a bit of boost mid-turn on occasion.
Yeah, I think Sarah has got it absolutely spot on in Westbrook Racing. She boosts out of the corner. Look at that power she had there.
And that was all just helping her corner, wasn't it? Bringing her around. And she is not going to be beaten here. For Westbrook Racing, this is a salvage mission that she's on here. They were 6th fastest in the time trials, but she's just going to straight line it out of the final corner now and take victory in the Group 2 qualifying race. Team Blue Rising, Virat Kohli's squad in 2nd. John Peters performing admirably. But once you're behind in a race like this, it is so hard to get past. No short laps, no long laps in this one, but Lucas Ordóñez celebrates up in mission control. Sarah Mizier there, she'll be congratulating John Peters down in the Team Blue Rising boat, but inch perfect from Sarah out front.
Masterclass there, loved it. She really had that flying evenly. She sort of kept the perfect speed around every single corner and didn't lose it and drop that hull, landing it hard, which is what it's like putting the brakes on.
Yeah, didn't put a foil wrong in that race. Sarah Price, brilliant performance to take the victory. John Peters was 2nd. Marit Stromoy in the end came through in 3rd. What I haven't got is a final time. I don't know if there was a problem with that boat, but we'll find out overnight. Let's see if we are able to have a word with the Westbrook Racing pilot, Sarah Price. What a performance that was, with all sorts going on at the start, some boats not even starting. How did you come through that one, Sarah? Well done.
We just have a good team and we picked out the right time to start, but yeah, it's a good one to get us into a better spot because we didn't have the best qualifying, but we have a great team, so we're coming. We're going to be coming hard too.
That's what we like to hear. Huge congratulations to Sarah Price. It's what we like to hear, that fighting talk, don't we, from down there at the Westbrook Racing squad. This was a moment, though, when it almost went wrong, Shelley, this slow-mo that we're seeing.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Ooh, she took a big one there. That is what slowed her down. And I think in these seconds, she's just getting her brain registered of what actually happened. And then she picks it nicely back up on and left. But Team Blue Rising probably watched that and thought, this is my moment.
That was flying for real, wasn't it there? That she almost took off, but recovered brilliantly to keep her composure in that situation. Let's have a look at her reaction, yeah. But she reacts so well to that, Shelley.
She reacted very calmly to that. I'm trying to think of what actually happened there. It's like she dug it into the corner a little bit too tight, and I think the back of the boat went in the water and pushed her bow and wing over.
How would she have felt in that moment? That is one of those the things you wish for least.
That's a hair-raising moment in the nicest possible way. But I love the way she calmly, you saw her eyes flicker, and then she calmly got back on it. Well done.
Yeah, well done, Sarah. I mean, she has crossed the deserts in the Dakar. She's done stunts for films galore. She's been a motocross champion. She's not afraid of the bumps and bounces. I think there she's just having a quick word with the team and saying, yeah, when she saw that one of the other boats also wasn't in there, she just picked up the pieces. Great performance all round.
I think she was also saying, what about that big moment? I could see her face laughing now. I think her team said to her, that was a moment.
Lucas Ordóñez down there as well, just having a quick word with Sarah Price. Yeah, and I think he was also saying about the yellow flag that was out in that final couple of corners. Well, Shelley, and well, everyone back at home, we have been delivered some drama on day one of action here from the E1 Jeddah GP. Team Westbrook take victory in qualifying race 2 with Blue Rising. Good performance from John Peters, keeping tabs on Sarah and Westbrook throughout the race. Team Brazil dropped out just a lap before the end, and Team Drogba had that problem at the start, and so that puts them to the back of the field. No points for that race. They were handed out, of course, earlier on in the first group qualifying race. So Team Brady pick up 3, Alula 2, and Aoki Racing our first points of the season. So the defending champions back on top, just as they were at the end of the 2024 E1 season. What a start we've had. We're going to head down to the launch zone now. I believe Alex is with Westbrook Racing.
Moment where the boat almost
yeah,
tipped
you
up.
were almost flipping there in one lap.
Yeah, we're ready.
I like that.
Sarah, congratulations. What a race. We were just talking about that moment. We've seen replays. The boat almost split, but you've just said, it was nothing, was it?
Yeah, in racing, you get thrown with so many things sometimes, and it's kind of like, well, whatever that is happening, and let's just recover as fast as possible. So, I kind of remember now the moment you guys are talking about, but yeah, it's kind of like, it's always kind of a Bucky Bronco in there. You never know when you're going to fall off, so that is the hard thing about these boats, is staying consistent, and it's very hard to do. So I'm just pumped. We got a really good start thanks to our engineer Farhan on that data, because I just totally trusted him, and I did not cheat on the numbers, Farhan, so and we nailed it.
You certainly did nail it, Sarah. What's the strategy for tomorrow? Now you're confident you can get to the final?
Well, now I hand it over to Lucas. That's the easy part.
Right, so as Sarah just said, handing it over to you. So what's the strategy, Lucas, for tomorrow?
There's no strategy. The race format this year is crazy. It's I think it's more fair, but it's very, very complicated to go through. And yeah, Sarah did an amazing job. We were almost last in qualifying, and now we are recovering with these great starts. But tomorrow it's just go for it, have a good start, which really counts in this championship, and then win and step by step go into the finals. But the competition this year is crazy hard.
Make Will Smith proud, I'm sure you will. Good luck.
We're gonna do it for sure. Well done, Sarah.
Yeah, well done to Sarah, well done to Lucas as well. Will Smith would be proud, but how she shrugged it off more than anything, Shelley.
She's a pro. She just went, okay. She didn't even remember it.
That's amazing, isn't it? This is what we've got for our group stages then that will be coming on Saturday from here at the Corniche in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. What a day one of action we've had at the inaugural opening round of the E1 Series for 2025. Team Brady end day one on top. We'll have loads more action for you coming up from here tomorrow.